A carcass that has been soaking for 6 months is fished out by the brown bear. Even though the body gives off a piercing stench to the starving brown bear, it is still an absolute feast. The freezing river water has perfectly preserved the meat's fibers. The tender fall-off-the-bone fat is packed with calories. In just one sitting, the bear can devour nearly 90 pounds of rotting meat. Little does he know, the smell of the carcass has already drifted far and wide. A pack of starving gray wolves is rushing madly toward the food. Faced with the wolf pack's threat, what will the brown bear do? The biting, cold wind howls, and the heavy snow shows no signs of stopping. Luna and her 2 cubs huddle closely together for warmth. A massive blizzard like this is incredibly rare in the spring, but with 2 cubs to protect, Luna has no time to feel sorry for herself. A hungry male brown bear is slowly closing in. After a 6-month hibernation, the starving bear desperately needs food, and these tiny, defenseless cubs are definitely on his menu. Luna needs to get her babies out of here fast. Last year, the salmon run was delayed, which meant Luna didn't build up enough fat reserves. The intense hunger forced them to wake up early from their winter slumber. The family of 3 has returned to the river where they hunted salmon last year, but the spawning salmon are all dead now, their bodies washed far downstream by the current. The temperature is hovering around -22 degrees Fahrenheit. Starving, Luna is forced into the freezing river to scavenge for absolutely anything to eat. A brown bear's underwater vision is practically just as good as a human's, and what she sees next is definitely cause for celebration. Waking up early from hibernation might not be so bad after all. Next up, Luna is going to show off her special trick. Even though the salmon are already rotting, it beats having an empty stomach. But a hungry Luna won't share the first bite with her cubs. She needs to store enough energy first so she can produce high-quality milk for her babies. However, the 2 little ones already have a super sharp sense of smell. The older cub seems to have made a major discovery on the riverbank. When food is plentiful, brown bears will only eat the fattiest parts of the fish, simply leaving the rest of the meat behind. And it's exactly this picky eating habit that allows them to find leftovers from last year. The extreme winter cold perfectly preserved the fresh taste of the fish. Out here in the freezing snow, every single bite packs their bodies with much-needed calories. You could even say that as long as Luna stays by this river, she can safely make it to spring. But the tempting smell of the salmon has drifted away, attracting that starving male brown bear. He's been drawn in by the scent, and he's easily more than twice Luna's size. With her cubs in tow, Luna stands no chance against him. She has no choice but to give up this rich feeding ground and continue wandering with her babies. Last winter's extreme cold brought constant blizzards to the tundra. The freezing temperatures meant the thick snow just wouldn't melt. This puts large herbivores to a severe test. An adult bison can weigh around a ton. If it falls into a freezing ice hole, its body will rapidly lose heat, and its massive weight will become its biggest burden. Watching their companion fall, the herd is completely helpless. All it can do now is struggle in absolute despair. The fallen bison's body will soak in the icy river for months. A brown bear can sniff out food from miles away. The methane gas released by the carcass into the air has already been caught by Luna's keen nose. She's roughly figured out where the body is, but unexpectedly, a male brown bear has also followed the scent here. His 4-inch claws constantly dig through the water. Even though it's been soaking for half a year, the carcass is still incredibly well preserved. There's almost no foul smell in the air at all. The freezing river acts just like a giant natural freezer, perfectly stopping any bacteria from growing. The tough fur has turned a dead white, and the tender fall-off-the-bone beef is super easy to chew. A brown bear has an incredibly strong digestive system. Their stomach acid is so potent it can even dissolve metal. This scavenged feast fills the starving bear with tons of calories. Luna and her cubs can only watch from the sidelines. She can't risk putting her babies in danger to avoid being noticed by other bears. He makes sure to bury the scent with dry grass after eating his fill. If everything goes smoothly, this will be his only meal for the next few days. Spring's warm sunshine is finally taking over again. It's been half a month since Luna last had a proper meal. In order to provide rich, high-calorie milk for her cubs, Luna burns through at least 10,000 calories every single day. She absolutely has to take in enough fat to keep her body going. With the salmon run still a long way off, she needs to take advantage of absolutely anything edible to keep her energy up during this waiting period. Soft, squishy earthworms are actually a fantastic food source. They pack more than 10 times the protein of beef, but these tiny worms just aren't enough to fill her stomach. Every May, female elk begin to give birth. Newborn elk calves have practically zero defenses. Mother elk will actually eat the birth fluids and feces to hide her baby's scent. It's a brilliant, invisible layer of protection. Luna knows perfectly well that an elk calf is nearby, but she just can't catch the scent of the birth. As long as the baby elk stays perfectly still, the brown bear has absolutely no trail to follow. Trying to find it in this dense vegetation is like looking for a needle in a haystack. To the brown bear, this is just a giant game of hide and seek, but for the elk, it is a deadly game of life and death. Just as Luna is searching, a coyote suddenly joins the hunt. Its arrival completely shatters the standoff. A coyote's ears can rotate just like a radar, picking up even the faintest sounds in the air. If it gets close enough, it can even hear the baby elk's heartbeat. Noticing the coyote slowly closing in, the little calf bolts out like an arrow, even though it hasn't quite mastered how to run yet. Hearing the commotion, Luna's family of 3 immediately charges forward. The coyote chases right behind, constantly launching attacks. But a starving Luna isn't about to hand over her meal. She wildly chases after them with her cubs. Seeing this, the mother elk rushes over to save her baby, but there is absolutely nothing she can do. Even though the coyote did most of the hard work, it basically just served dinner right to Luna on a silver platter. An adult elk is almost all lean meat, but a newborn calf is completely covered in fat. The tender meat mixed with precious milk fat is not only highly nutritious, but super easy to digest. This delicious little treat is incredibly important for Luna right now. Spring has arrived once again. After 2.5 years of raising her cubs, Luna's 2 little ones are finally ready to survive on their own. But all good things must come to an end. As a mother, she can't keep raising them forever. Once they stop nursing, Luna's body will stop producing milk and she'll start ovulating again. While the family is out roaming, the sound of crows catches Luna's attention. A wolf has spotted a dead bison, and Luna quickly rushes in to steal the meal. This aggressive behavior means Luna has gone into heat. The hormones racing through her body make her incredibly hostile. Right now, Luna's motherly instincts are completely gone. She has to use this ruthless method to drive her cubs away. If she doesn't, she won't be able to reproduce. And just like that, a male brown bear looking for a mate comes charging right at her. The 2 cubs have run off, leaving Luna single once again. Now away from their mom, the 2 young bears naturally stick together. After spending years side by side, they are deeply attached to each other. But that bond only holds up when they are well fed. Meanwhile, right in front of her cubs, Luna is already getting cozy with a brown bear she just met. The once close family of 3 has practically become complete strangers. Still, the little guys are so used to following their mom. Wherever Luna goes, the 2 cubs just keep trailing right behind her. Suddenly, another suitor crashes the party. This time, Luna does not act aggressively at all. The male's massive size leaves Luna with absolutely no chance to resist. She knows only a strong male can give her healthy cubs. She needs his top-tier genes. As soon as they finish mating, the male instantly heads off to find his next partner. He is totally confident that Luna is already pregnant with his cubs. However, just a few minutes later, another male bear makes a grand entrance. Some quick flirting naturally leads to another mating session. Luna seems to really enjoy the ear biting. To guarantee she gets pregnant while in heat, she happily accepts him again. And from the way this male walks away, you can easily tell he is extremely confident in his own genes. Naturally, he is also absolutely sure that Luna will be having his babies. Half an hour later, a 4th suitor shows up. It is pretty obvious that Luna's wild day is far from over. This 4th admirer is also incredibly strong. Luna is just standing there, not knowing what to do. After such a busy and exhausting day, Luna's body is practically drained. She just flops onto the ground and falls fast asleep. The 2 cubs watch from the sidelines, completely stunned. Leaving is probably the smartest choice they could make right now. Without their mom's protection, they have to start finding their own food. Down at the bottom of the hill, a rotting bison carcass catches the attention of the 2 cubs. The smaller female cub is the first to spot the food. Her stronger brother catches the scent and hurries over. Normally, with Luna around, the 2 cubs would eat peacefully together. But now that they are on their own, they will literally fight to the death over a single bite of food. You could say that sibling rivalry has always been this brutal. As far as they are concerned, Food is literally life. Every extra bite they take is a chance to survive just a little bit longer. The little female is too weak to fight her brother. To pack on fat before hibernation, she needs to seize every single chance to eat. During the summer, squirrels have to store up their winter rations. They hide pine nuts away for a rainy day, but the little female cub is busy digging up a squirrel's hard-earned stash. Pine nuts have an incredibly high fat content. This tiny snack is barely enough to hold the young bear over, but for the squirrel, losing its stash is a complete and utter disaster. As summer comes to a close, the smaller female bear is still exhausted from constantly searching for food. If she doesn't bulk up before the freezing winter arrives, it is highly likely she will not survive hibernation. Suddenly, something under the snow grabs her attention. To avoid predators, voles hide underneath the snow and survive by eating plant roots, but the bear's sharp sense of smell easily tracks down the vole's exact hiding spot. This tiny little appetizer has almost no nutritional value at all. To store enough fat for winter, this is nowhere near enough. Days pass by and there is still no sign of the salmon migrating. The female cub has no choice but to keep hunting for food in the meadows. A lone gray wolf has just caught a young elk. For the little brown bear, this is an opportunity too good to pass up. Just 3 young gray wolves are no match for a brown bear. The young bear easily takes control of the kill, but there is no way the wolves are just going to hand over their food. Still, with only 3 of them, it is going to be tough to win back their meal. The alpha wolf is leading the pack for backup. A huge group of gray wolves is charging right toward the young female bear, facing off against an entire wolf pack. She doesn't stand a chance. Retreating is her only hope of staying alive. This encounter sets the stage for an epic bear and wolf battle later on. In the blink of an eye, autumn arrives. Luna is successfully pregnant, but right now, her embryos are in a state of delayed implantation. It is not until hibernation begins that they will start to truly grow. Without the rich energy of salmon, she has no choice but to eat plants to fill her stomach. The wild berries are perfectly ripe right now, and to keep her pregnancy safe, she needs to eat as much as possible. If she stays hungry for too long, the embryos will actually be reabsorbed by her body. Blueberries are mainly made up of carbohydrates. Even though they don't have many calories, eating a huge amount is enough to help Luna scrape by and stay full. Soon, the freezing winter temperatures come howling in. The late arriving salmon finally show up, providing the brown bears with plenty of fat. Now packed with tons of calories, Luna is finally ready to begin her hibernation. During this time, her body will start going through some major changes. To survive months of hibernation and giving birth, she switches her body into a super energy-saving mode. Her heart rate drops massively to just a few beats per minute. The embryos inside her are also steadily growing. Thanks to her body's massive energy reserves, the healthy embryos will start growing at a crazy speed. In just 6 weeks, what started as tiny embryos have fully developed into fetuses. The cubs inside her are already starting to grow hair. During this growing process, the cubs' organs are all becoming fully formed. Next up, Luna will stay in her den and pull off an absolutely epic delivery. Judging by the number of cubs born, it is pretty clear that the 4 male bears Luna mated with definitely did their job. But having 4 cubs is a massive shock for Luna. In this harsh, freezing wilderness where she can barely keep herself alive, how on earth is Luna supposed to survive while raising 4 hungry little cubs?